Nope. What you see in front of you right now is the puzzle that may or may not change 7 by 7 for the better or for the worse. This is the cubic Aofu, and this is a puzzle that I received at Nationals because I won one-handed, which is pretty cool. This is a to-be-released puzzle. It is on pre-order right now at thecubicle.us. Thanks to you guys for giving me this puzzle, and thanks to Moyu for making it. This is definitely going to be a good puzzle for a lot of people out there. Is it going to be the best 7 by 7? I don't know. I've had it for one day. I've done 20-something solves on it, and that's just not enough to make a definite conclusion about it. But I thought I should make a video about this cube just so some people got some information on it. To start with the turning, this puzzle reminds me a lot of a Huachuang in terms of feel. It is scratchy. You can feel the scratchiness within the pieces, like the fine scratchiness. But it's also very smooth, which means that it's going to produce a puzzle that feels similar to it. It also has some of the locking issues that the Huachuang has in terms of when you're solving it. It does lock occasionally on the outer layers. I haven't found this to be a major problem, although it is rather annoying. I would prefer an Outrong-based design, which was a little poppier, but overall a much smoother cube, and the one that I used for Nationals. It is bigger than the Mini Shengshao, which, depending on your hand size, can be a deal breaker. Because so far, there's nothing that says, wow, this cube is 100% better than the Mini Shengshao. But then again, I've only used it for 20 solves. Within these 20 solves, I've actually gone anywhere from a 330 to a 430 with steady improvement after every solve. And I'm not 100% sure if it's because of the size of the cube, or the fact that I'm breaking it in, or the fact that I'm getting used to its turning, or maybe a combination of all of those. What else is there? The puzzle comes with stock Moyu stickers, which did slide off. I have one of the plus centers on the red side already started sliding, which is annoying. So you might want to try and invest in a sticker set for these, just because the stickers aren't the best quality. The biggest problem that I had with this puzzle, and what I think will be the major downside of it, is what I've mentioned earlier, is the pops. The pops are going to be annoying, and the lockups are going to be even worse. The lockups on this puzzle are pretty bad, and often cause me to just stop and realize what I'm doing. I've done that standard lockup where one of these pieces just goes all whack out and goes to another place, and I don't particularly like that. At the same time, these are relatively minor flaws. The turning is excellent, similar to the Huachuang when it doesn't lock up, and the cube is incredibly fast, which allows for significantly faster turning than the Shengshao previously allowed. And this is definitely going to be a good thing, but at the same time, I'm not 100% sure if the advantage by gaining turn speed will be greater than the disadvantage of more lockups than the Mini Shengshao. Remember that this is a personally biased first impressions, and it is also a very early first impressions. I've only done 20 solves with this cube, and that sounds like a lot, but I'd much rather do 100-ish or so before I gave my final verdict on it. With that said, I am not quite sure how much I'm going to be able to do cubing, how much I want to cube in the next week, but this puzzle is definitely going to be a puzzle I'm going to be reaching for if I do have time to do something. With that said, I wanted to do a couple turns on it just so you can see how it is and what the turning is like. My webcam is a piece of garbage, as some of my users, some of my viewers may have noted, so I'm not going to try and impress everyone with some wonderful angle because it's wired up and I'm too lazy to try and change the wires around. Oops, I just did not mean to do that. But I will give you some turns. So this is a T-perm. And there are some slight lockups during algorithms, and it is annoying, but at the same time, for the rest of the algorithm, you're going to be able to turn faster. So those are some PLLs on it. You can hear the sound of the turning. It is very reminiscent of the Quattron, as I've mentioned earlier, and I would not be surprised if the mechanism was just based off of that. I haven't opened the cube up, and I haven't done anything to it yet apart from solve it. One thing that you might be a little uncomfortable with when you get the cube is the fact that these edges are significantly bigger than those on the Shangshao. I think the centers are exactly the same size, or proportional to the mini Shangshao, but these are so much larger that it's a little off-putting in terms of just how big they are. And it's a little weird when you're looking for edges at first, because you're used to like a flatter, more squarish edge, and the fact that you have to look further onto the left or onto the right or onto the U, whatever, to see the other color is a little different. And I think that hurts look ahead at the start, because you have to essentially work harder to find other stickers on the back side that you can't see. But to be completely honest, that shouldn't be too much of an issue later on, and I don't see that being a huge barrier in general. These are all just my basic thoughts on the cube. At first, I wanted to make a video on it because I am tired and do not have access to the rest of my nationals footage. One thing to note is that these are slightly Florian modded already. I did not do that, but it came like that. It doesn't seem to help a tremendous amount with corner cutting and such, but it is nice that more than one piece is possible, if not causing lockups a lot. So stick to your one piece of corner cutting, which is very, very good. And maybe a third can also cut very easily. For reverse cutting, this is where a lot of problems occur, because sometimes now it reverse cuts perfectly, flawlessly. Wow. Okay. That's a hell lot more than I was getting earlier. Wow. Okay. But in general, some of the reverse corner cutting can lead to lockups, which is a little bit of a problem. I think that is everything that I want to say about the cubic Aofu, for now at least. I'm going to be doing a lot more solves on this within the next few days, weeks, months, years, lifetimes, whatever. And I will get back to you guys after I've done more with like an update of how I feel about it. Because right now I think it's a good cube with a lot of potential, and I like it. But at the same time, there are definitely its drawbacks, and I'm not sure how it will break in, and how doing a ton of solves and then losing it will help it or hurt it perform. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you stayed to the end of this, congratulations. You win nothing. Well, you win my absolute thanks for watching 9 minutes and 32 seconds of this video. Okay, goodbye.